is great. The Kamukes are super strong. I was not expecting this at all. This is crazy. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to the second game in this second series of the Voobly Arena Seasonal. This is between Vinchester and Feanor. Last game, we saw Vinchester defending, booming up as the Celts, and destroying everything with Woad Raider and eventually Siege Ram. Feanor had a good push going for him, wasn't able to make it work out, almost took down the castles of Vinchester, and then Vinchester would have been in some trouble, but we didn't quite get there. Hopefully this game will be a little closer. Civilizations this time, we have Feanor playing as the Slavs, and Vinchester playing as the Incas. Slavs, I have to give the advantage to them. That's a really good arena civilization, good civilization overall, but I like this matchup particularly. The Slavs, better farmers, better monks. So better economy, better monks, and better siege. So all three of those things are very important on arena. I'll take the Slavs. Incas, what do they have going for them? They have an okay economy. They get a few small bonuses. They get Eagles. The Eagle monk push can be fairly strong. I think Slavs is a little bit stronger though. And if this goes down to cavalry, the Incas should have a good options going against Slav cavalry. So they can go into Halbs. They can, of course, go into their unit, the Kamuyuk. I think that's probably where their advantage is. But not a whole lot else other than that. So really, I think it's in their strength, their army composition. They're going to go for like Kamuyuk, Halb, Eagle. Maybe that could be a good combination. But again, I think I'd take the Slavs in this matchup. Which hopefully will lead us to a good Game 3. Let's take a look at the map. Vinchester, Barry's Ford. Doesn't matter at all. I don't know why I even point that out. So gold on the left, gold and stone on the left. 2 golds right over here. We're going to lure those in. Extra gold in the back and a lot of space. Meanwhile, Feanor, 2 golds forward, 1 outside of his walls, 1 gold in the back. Also has an extra gold in the back. I think he'll be able to see that. But his point of view. Is he going to see that? Oh, man. Yeah, he is. Okay, good. So both players with a lot of space in the back. That's going to make it easier if you're going to defend on this map or boom on this map. You could just build towards the back of your base. The extra gold will mean that, again, easier to defend. Every player has access to more gold this game. There are no extra golds in the middle of the map, interestingly, although there's a lot of stone. Neither of these civilizations really rely too much on stone. Be nice as the Incas to have it because their castles will be cheaper. Maybe you want to make Kamuyuks. You probably won't see boyars from the Slavs. 3 relics, pretty evenly distributed. And let's go up to 60 speed on this arena matchup for the Dark Age. So what kind of strategies could we maybe see in Feudal or Castle Age if we won't see a quick boom from the players and a Market Blacksmith 3 town centers? So both players, we could see monasteries being added early. Maybe we see a full monk push from Feanor. I wouldn't be surprised as well to see a stable from our Slavs player because the scouts, the cavalry for the Slavs is pretty good, especially with that good economy. And for Vinchester, maybe we see some Eagles in early barracks. If any of these players were to be the aggressor, I feel like it would be Vinchester, because I don't like his late game civilization matchup. And I'm kind of curious what he could do with stone this game. I wonder how good Kamuyuks could be. Nice lumber camp for Feanor. Good surround on that. Another good lumber camp for Feanor. One for Vinchester. Another good one for Vinchester. Good to optimize your resources as best you can. Deer's being very stubborn. But 3 deer for Vinchester. We'll see what population these players decide to go on. Look at how many villagers are able to surround that 1 deer. 1 villager idle. Gonna go up over there, take some gold. Kamyuks kill all. Yeah, they're a strong unit. Certainly a very strong unit, especially if you're going against a civilization that doesn't have Arbalest or good skirms. The only good counter, I think, for the Slavs against Kamyuk is probably going to be Heavy Scorpion. And the thing about Heavy Scorpion is, sure, that would be great if you can get those out. That, that siege combo for the Slavs in late game could kill all. But the problem with Heavy Scorpion is that upgrade is so damn expensive. It's like 1,000 food, 1,000 wood. And you can't just do Heavy Scorpion, you have to have something else with it. So that might be a little bit of an opportunity for Vinchester. Try to exploit that. Try to exploit the strength of those Kamyuks. Oh, that's a good option, AoE fan. Yeah, champs with Druzhina. But if you go champs with Druzhina, Vinchester can, of course, make some slingers, and slingers just destroy infantry. So I think you're playing into the Incas' game plan then, if you're going to go down that route. I think Kamyuks would be a solid option. Vinchester is going to go with Market Blacksmith. That's not at all surprising. Unless he thought he was going to go with an archery range. Feanor going to go with the stable Blacksmith. Again, not at all surprising. Chance with Druzhina, Divers, and Kamyuks. Kamyuks are surprisingly good versus melee units. That one range actually makes a huge difference in fights. Are you sure they use... Oh, we have a challenge. Gonna check in the map editor. I think that would be a relatively even situation. I think it probably depends on the positioning. Druzhina is a big upgrade, especially for things like Haubs. Where basically Druzhina is doing more damage than the base attack. But that one range is also so good. So yeah, I think the only good counter against Kamyuks is going to be Heavy Scorpion, the Slavs. But that's a matchup. We won't see that for some time. You don't want to be a noob like me and overthinking and go Kamyuks right away, because they're not going to do any damage. It's just going to slow your boom down. So it looks like Feanor is probably going to make a big play for the relics. Vinchester will go 3 town center boom. Try to play that late game. Try to get to Kamyuks. We'll see what Feanor does after he makes those scouts and tries to obtain the relics. Will he go for a siege workshop forward? 2 monasteries, interestingly, for Vinchester, so all monks are him. No eagles. 2 is interesting. 1, okay, fine. Then you add a town center, and then you add a second town center. You add a third town center pretty quickly, but 2, that's a big investment. That's going to take quite a few gold miners as well. And Feanor's going to have the scouts. So Feanor, 1 monastery, extra town center. Could add 2 town centers right away. And that Slav economy is strong. Very strong now. All those farmers. So he can sustain villages from 2 town centers for sure. I don't like this decision. I don't like this decision to go 2 monasteries, especially versus scouts. Lycav has even been upgraded. That's how strong the Slavs' eco is. They had enough food for villagers and for the Lycav upgrade. And I love all this chat. Slavs don't get heresy. A lot of thinking about the tech trees of these civilizations and what the best unit is to go for. This is not something you have on every map. You have to have a very deep knowledge of tech trees of these civilizations, even of techs that you normally wouldn't have to know otherwise, like the monastery techs. AoE fan, champs and siege onagers will kill anything for any civilization. The problem is getting to that. And, can you imagine how much food it takes to upgrade champions, to build champions, and then to upgrade the siege onager upgrade as well? That's not even something that we're really considering right now. But it would be cool to see late game, if it gets there. Nice pick off from Vinchester, killing one monk. This is interesting. So those light cav could potentially kill a lot of monks. But then again, these monks could get conversion. This is so random with monks. Monk's gonna get that one. Vinchester's probably gonna loop his way back. Wheelbarrow being done already from Feanor. Feanor's got a great economy already. Wheelbarrow's just gonna make it better. Is Vinchester gonna go for those relics? He had one right there. Did he see it? Yeah, he saw it. Oopsie. Wrong button. I think Vinchester's just too scared of these light cabs to grab the relics. I'm gonna try to get a good conversion off on them. No atonement done. So these monks won't be converting each other. Looks like Feanor's going to get that relic. And without an eagle, Vinchester has no way to stop that. And that relic going to go to Feanor. Vinchester had the chance to take it. He decided not to. He was too scared of these light cap. Just look at the development from Feanor. Again, this food economy is crazy. Able to build more light cav. Get the wheelbarrow upgrade. Look at how many villagers he's made. Oh, and probably going to get 2 monks. These 2 going to convert away. Going to get 4 monks. These light cav are even in. Going to get even more monks. This is a disaster. Only 1 light cav gets converted. Luckily, that gate did close. Those 2 going to get away. And still cause some more damage. And then scouting information is very valuable to Feanor. Let's go to his point of view, see what he can see. Remember, Vinchester can't see anything of Feanor's base. And yet, Feanor can see, not a whole lot, but he sees how the base is designed. Sees the barracks. I'm going to try to go for that monk, and it's going to get walled there, get deleted. So villager numbers pretty even. Feanor getting the bowsaw upgrade. That's not nice at all. That's a big mistake. Both players on even villagers. That's a big deal. I mean, sure you have 15% faster farmers, but if your woodcutters are working 15% slower, don't those bonuses kind of negate a little bit? So that's a bit of an eco mistake. Feanor. This is another mistake from Vinchester. Why are your monks always out here? They need to be safe behind the walls. 4-1 relics. Yeah. Good advantage for Feanor. Yeah, Feanor playing this pretty well. He's even got a few knights. Gonna go with a big push with the Siege Workshop. All Siege for the slabs, 15% cheaper. It's a big discount considering how expensive Siege can be. Gonna go with the Scorpion right away, which is interesting. Ah! That explains it. Gonna go with the second Siege Workshop. One Siege Workshop will be for Mangonels or Rams, and the other will probably be for Scorpions. And a lot of barracks coming up from Vinchester. But this is gonna be tough to deal with. Especially with Feanor up to the next age. Feanor's got a lot of advantages this game. This might be the game for Feanor. Might go to the 3rd one. Vinchester getting redemption. I gotta check the Incas monk text because I'm not too familiar. Let's see what he gets and what he doesn't get. Doesn't get atonement, not a big deal. Doesn't get fervor, again, and not a big deal. Gets all the essential monk text. Gets redemption, block printing, illumination, theocracy. These are pretty good monks. They will be able to convert the siege from the Slavs. Vinchester's probably going to do the Eagle-Pike combination. Or maybe just pikemen and monks. Monks for the siege, pikemen for the cavalry. Overall, Feanor's army is definitely going to be much more gold-intensive, much stronger. Vinchester's going to defend with a castle. Hopefully transition to Kamukes where he can improve the strength of his army composition. Vinchester needs to get 2 castles and spam Kamukes. I completely agree. Looks like he'll get 1 up. Does Feanor have a castle on the way? Sort of. He's got 2 villages on stone, so not really. Any other stone? No. That's a mistake from Feanor. I think a trebuchet would be very valuable for Feanor. They have a huge mass of units yet. They haven't broken through. Almost about to get through. Will Vinchester have enough to defend? He can't afford these knights to run into the economy. Luckily, he's done these walls, which will help a little bit. Feanor will switch to champs in early imp. Yeah, I think with that economy, and with the champions from the Slavs, that could be very strong. But it doesn't look like that. It looks like Feanor is actually going to double down on Cavalier. So I would guess that you think that's probably a mistake. Doubling down into Cavalier. As opposed to good champions. So Cavalier might be the stronger short-term option since there's already a ton of knights on the field. But long-term, you're right, champions might be a stronger option. Going against Halbs, Eagle Warriors, and Kamuyuks. And without a trebuchet on the field or a bunch of rams, Vinchester will buy himself some time. Going to get 2 conversions on the light calves. That's a pretty good trade. There are a lot of scorpions on the field. And Feanor has enough resources for a big, expensive upgrade. What will it be? I'm guessing it's going to be heavy scorpion. Yeah, it is a cheap upgrade, but also added 1 more stable. Here's the heavy scorpion upgrade. So that's going to take out a lot of food and wood. And Feanor's still hanging back. Has nothing to push with. No rams, no trebuchet. We'll have a trebuchet once this castle's up, but we have two castles already up from Vinchester. Vinchester not having anything to deal with the scorpions. He could make more monks. Monks right now. Can't tell if they have theocracy or illumination. Feanor now going to transition to two-handed swordsman. So he was delaying that transition just a little bit. Only has 1 barracks. So not planning on making them quite yet, but can get the upgrades for them. Capture Ram for Vinchester, that's an interesting one. I'm not sure what Capture Ram is actually for. Clean up the buildings, but I question that decision. Has 2 trebuchets already out in defense. Need something else. Is it going to be Onager? To deal with the scorpions, more monks. Kamuyuk. We need something else for Vinchester's army composition. And Vinchester going into siege ram. I don't understand that decision too much. It could tank the heavy scorpion fire. I really don't know about that. Here comes the light cab. Let's see if they're able to pick off a bunch of monks. It doesn't look like it. They get maybe 1. And now the monks can convert the scorpions or the cavalier. Either is a good option. Alright, let's see how the micro is. Gotta use the monks. The problem with monks, you have to click them so fast. And theocracy is not done. That's a big deal. Looks like Vinchester did make the mistake of converting 1 unit at a time. That would have been horrible. Alp's moving in, but the monks need to be converting behind it. That's the whole point. And that's not a bad fight? No, it's a bad fight. Not enough monks, not enough halbs. Did get 3 heavy scorpions. But still not enough. The momentum in Feanor's favor. Feanor now fully committed to champions. Still needs a little bit of siege. I don't see a trebuchet out yet. Will Feanor transition to infantry? Well, here you go. It's transitioning to infantry. Slow with that transition. And now losing all the cavalier. I think Feanor is being slow on adding siege. Not like the, the mangonels or the scorpions, but like siege that can actually push. And there's the first trebuchet. We're giving Vinchester a little bit of time to make his transitions. Elite Kamiyuk is now done. This will be an okay army composition for Vinchester if he can only mass his units up. He might be too far behind. But he's trying his best, really massing up as many units as he possibly can. Had that siege ram upgrade from earlier. Those siege rams haven't done a lot. That's not a cheap upgrade either. 1,000 food. And still, this fight will not favor Vinchester. He should stay back as long as possible. Will Vinchester be able to hold? I don't think he will. Hopefully these two trebs can at least get this treb of Feanor. Gonna miss. Actually, it looks like Vinchester getting a little bit of ground. Trebuchets have a little more breathing room. Gonna keep working on that treb. Getting down pretty low. This army's not doing too bad. We still have to have couriers on these Kamiyuks. That extra 2 pierce armor will help out a lot against the scorpions. Vinchester definitely holding his ground. I didn't think he would. 1 trebuchet going down. Vinchester gaining a little bit of ground. The siege rams will help now too. Druzhina being done for Feanor, is that going to be the difference? That's 5 blast damage for every champion. It's a huge, huge upgrade. With trebs going down, looks like the trebuchets, sorry, the siege rams should be able to rush down the trebs if they're paying attention. Still enough units for Vinchester to defend. I didn't think this would happen. I thought Feanor would have been able to defeat Vinchester by this point. That's not the case. More and more Kamiyuks coming out. We have the production. 3rd castle coming down. Such a risky position. It could be hit by trebs immediately. But at the same time, 3 castle Kamiyuks all in the same position. That's very strong. So many Kamiyuks coming out. I would love to see the couriers upgrade. We need that upgrade. With an extra 2 pierce armor. 1 melee armor. Vinchester building his economy in the back. Getting armor. Look at Vinchester. 140 villagers. Really built up his economy quite a bit. And Vinchester has stabilized. So anyone's game now. Still 1,000 score lead for Feanor. He's got more expensive upgrades on his units. I like this army composition still a little bit better, even though we had the momentum for Vinchester. I'm looking for that courier's upgrade. Light cab is useless. Yeah, it is. It definitely is useless. Unless they can find a good angle. And if Vinchester can keep getting these good conversions on these scorpions, it should be pretty good. Alright, let's see how the Kamiyuks do against the champions. We were talking about this earlier. The Kamiyuks are not fully upgraded yet. And it seems like they're doing great. I think this is great. The Kamiyuks are super strong. Even against Slav Druzhina champions. Kamiyuk's really an underrated unit going against other melee units that are not cavalry. It's just a strong overall unit. The Slinger Edition helps too. I was not expecting this at all. This is crazy. I was not expecting this at all. I thought the Slavs would absolutely dominate in this position. That's not the case. Look at that. 5 scorpions being converted. That's incredible. Incredible play from Vinchester. I was sure this was going to go to a 3rd game. Look at this momentum from Vinchester. He cleared up the whole front of Feanor's base. Now can work his way over to the left. Late handcart for Feanor. Again, another economy mistake from Feanor. Got the bow saw upgrade late. Now getting And cart late. Gonna upgrade siege engineers. Now couriers being done. We could have seen from Feanor less light cav, maybe onager. Maybe not, because they would have gotten converted by the light cav. Sorry, by the monks. There's another squad of light cav. Gonna try to snipe off the monks. Vinchester's paying attention. Yeah, they are really strong. They are really strong, Yurkant. Very good. Only by a unique unit. And perhaps Arbalest? I think Arbalest could do okay. Siege as well. Scorpions did fine, but I think the monks. The monks really did a great job. That was a throw. Could have gone better. Could have definitely gone better for Feanor. Man, so much food on light cav. Why? Because you have the food, and I guess why not? You want to find with the light cav the angle. If you trade like 4 light cav for a siege unit or a monk, then it's worth it. But Feanor has not been finding those angles. Obviously, you don't want to fight straight up with light cav. Like that kind of angle. But only getting 1 monk. Getting 2 monks, so that one was worth it. No more Kamiyuks here. There's a few slingers. Where did the Kamiyuks go? Did Vinchester just stop queuing Kamiyuks? And now Feanor's got a little momentum. Where are the Kamiyuks for Vinchester? We just forgot to make them for a second. Alright, let's see how the resource game is going, because we're gonna need gold as both these civilizations. Remember, players have the equal amounts of gold in the back of their base, and they might be out, actually. We actually get into a no gold game? There were only, might have been only 2 extra gold piles. I think both players are actually out of gold. That's crazy. It's crazy for a 53-minute game to be out of gold already. There's just some stone. How much stone is there? There's a little bit of stone. You can sell that. There's not a whole lot of stone. Oh, man. This game just entered a whole new dynamic. There's no gold, no stone on the map. That's crazy. It's only a 55-minute game. You got a real problem if you're a Mesociv and you don't have gold. Oh, man. I think this game is going to go for Feanor. Honestly, I really do. I think Hussar is going to be too strong. You can conserve your heavy scorpions. I don't think a Mesociv can close this out without gold. Terror was Incas, so he get a 3rd game. Oh boy. Melkor versus Glokin will come next, yes, Turkan. But I won't be casting it. Lita and Joshua will be casting it. Okay, so can Vinchester close out this game? He's got 30 more villagers. 20 less army. It doesn't have the heavy scorpions. I just don't think he can close out this game. What's the populations? 190 versus 170. I have to spam halps like crazy. Eventually you're gonna have to add skirmishers. Vinchester with 500 gold. Let's check the market price. Food and wood is sold out. And there's, again, no stone to be mined. Champions now taking out the trebuchets, making it impossible to defend this castle. Man, what a crazy game this is. What a crazy game. Huge comeback from Vinchester in that huge hold. And Feanor might still win this. Sheena howls for the win. Lita was a handsome caster. I've never seen him, but based off his voice, I can confirm he is a handsome caster. Needs more slingers. Well, the problem with slingers is they do cost gold. They're not cheap either. I think they're like 35 gold, 40 gold, 40 gold, I think. There's Elite Skirmisher, just out of necessity for Vinchester to pump his army up. But actually take out a few trebuchets, that's good. A few more cameos there. There's those 4 relics. Those 4 relics could decide this game. Feanor adding more stables. Remember, Feanor's had that extra gold this whole time. How much extra gold it has been? It's probably been maybe 3,000 extra gold at this stage of the game, which is huge. This monk is probably not going to get away. Is he? Yeah, he's not. That sucks. That's 100 more gold that you'll have to spend on that monk. If you're Vinchester, do everything you can to take these relics back. You are going to absolutely need gold as a civilization that doesn't get Hussar, or Lightcap, or Scouts. Good engagement from these guys. It's all about this area of the map right now. Everything else I think is not important. Just take those relics and I think you can win this game. Feanor's kind of collapsing. He's down to 110 villagers. Vinchester gonna make guard towers. Gonna try to spend that stone as best he can. I think even 63 more stone right there. And I think this is good recognition from Vinchester, realizing this area of the map is so important. Gonna build the guard towers right there. And GG. Feanor knows he's not gonna be able to take back the spot again, especially with those guard towers. And Vinchester actually able to close out this game. That was a crazy game. I'm surprised Vinchester was able to hold. I did not expect that at all. A few small mistakes from Feanor, particularly with managing his economy. Not getting those critical eco upgrades, Bowsaw, Handcart. As Drakant said, late transition of champions. Maybe a few too many Cavalier. And this cameo looks so damn strong. Eventually, Vinchester closing out the game, taking over this area. Going to take over the relics. What an incredible game and a pretty good series. Wow.